And now for the final layer. Starting with Wigglevine Wonders Interactive Bush. Wigglevine Wonders was one of the last levels in the forest world of Donkey Kong Country Returns. Wigglevine Wonders had you riding on these vines, which was pretty cool. But what was especially cool about this is like they had these little faces. The point is, at one point, it's like this little leaf pile. It looks like it's in the background, and you will not notice it the first time you play. You can actually blow them to get like a banana or something, or you might not even get anything. I put this down here because it was on the original Donkey Kong Iceberg, and I thought it would just be funny to put something as meaningless and trivial as this so far down in the iceberg. We are in the final layer after all. Kong Temple Origins. The Kong Temples definitely have to have some lore by them, but based on the name 5 Monkey Trial level in Donkey Kong Country Returns, the last Kong Temple there, we can assume that these were supposed to be like deadly and like dangerous trials explaining the difficulty of these levels, and that the rare orbs and returns and mysterious relics and tropical freeze, these were meant to like be like a reward for making your way through these difficult temples. But who were these temples built for? Was it for the Kongs? Maybe it was like an ancient tradition, but you know, there's probably a bunch of lore involved. DK Jungle Beat King statues and Button Bash. Button Bash is the second level of the Ruins World in Donkey Kong Country Returns. By far the world with the most lore. But seriously, this is what it looks like. It's very unsettling, and it looks like the kings from Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, like the kings in the jungle. It's cool. How did Funky Kong crash land in Mangrove Cove Plain? So at the start of Tropical Freeze, you have all the Kongs get tossed out of Donkey Kong Island, they land in the Mangrove Cove Plain. It makes sense, right? What makes this weird is, with Funky Kong's cutscene, he doesn't really have a cutscene, he's the one who crash lands in the plane. But we don't know how this happens. Now, we can assume that Funky Kong was on DK Island along with the Kong family, and maybe he was blown away too, but kind of weird to me, and I never understood why they didn't make a separate cutscene, but oh well. Full Tropical Freeze Wii U startup theme. Again, this is something that was on the DK Iceberg, and I put low just for the memes. The full Donkey Kong startup theme, you don't actually hear in-game at all. And of course, this isn't in the Switch version because there aren't really any like menu loading things, kind of like with 3D World having a soundtrack that got removed. Tropical Freeze is the last DKC by Retro Studios. I really hope this isn't true. Returns was awesome, Tropical Freeze was incredible, and to see another Donkey Kong Country game by Retro would be fantastic. And if they're able to top Tropical Freeze, that would be excellent. I'd love to see that. The planes from Funky's Flights crash landed in Lost Mangroves. So, Funky's Flights was in the original 2 DKC games, DKC 1 and 2. And you can assume that all these planes in the Lost Mangroves crash landed. Lost Mangroves isn't too far off from DK Island, even if it is the world that's farthest away from it. So maybe these planes from Funky's Flights, they somehow got up here. Ruined Roost terrorism reference. Ruined Roost is this boss, which like this giant bird. There's a sitar theme playing in the background, like something that would be associated with Arabia. And the boss throws bombs, and you could start to put 2 and 2 together. I don't know why I put this on here. It's dark and doesn't fit at all, but yeah. Shiny Gold Medals. The Shiny Gold Medals is the best medal you can achieve in Time Attack and Returns in Tropical Freeze. These are extremely hard to get and often require extremely hard shortcuts. Like in Long Shot Launch, you can take a shortcut that saves almost 20 seconds and you won't even be able to see what you're doing. That's the world record for the level. It's incredible, and I definitely recommend you check it out. The Mushroom Kingdom tried to colonize DK Island. Remember how I said 25 meters, the stage from the original Donkey Kong, which is like the construction area, was in Foggy Fumes and Returns level in DK Island? Well, maybe the Mushroom Kingdom people tried to colonize the island. Put that stuff here. It also shows the Great Ape War, but that'll just be getting into something else completely, and that'll take a lot of time. Colonel Pluck is dead. Colonel Pluck could very well be the only boss in Returns that ends up dying. He gets crushed by StompyBot 3000, and it looks pretty heavy, and he's just a chicken. He isn't that strong without it. So we can assume that he dies, which is dark, because all the other bosses just like get dizzy or faint or pass out. We can assume they live after that, but nope, not this guy. No, I guess Tiki Chong's the exception there. Why the Snowmans chose Donkey Kong Island. We have no idea why the snowmads chose Donkey Kong Island. Some people have theorized it's because it's a big open area, and they think it would fit for them. I don't actually know myself. I guess we can theorize. Donkey Kong Country Returns 3. So sometimes Tropical Freeze is referred to Donkey Kong Country Returns 2, which makes sense. It's the game it's most similar with. And it's also referred to as the Donkey Kong Country Returns games, since, yeah, those are the games by Retro Studios. It's like the series returning, which makes sense. So, yeah, this kind of ties in with another Donkey Kong Country game by Retro Studios, the third one to be precise. And finally, we have this. Bananas are steroids for Donkey Kong. This ties back to all the way higher in the Iceberg about Donkey Kong not being immune to hypnosis, and him having the strength to punch the moon, and bananas being extremely powerful. We could assume that these bananas are steroids. That's why Donkey Kong has so many of them. They make him strong, they allow him to punch the moon, he's immune to hypnosis, he has more will, and he's like not weak-minded. Yeah, he's very strong, because the bananas are steroids. Okay, well, that's obviously a joke, but thanks for watching the Iceberg. I had a lot of fun making it, and all the lore. Bye.